Another very interesting development. Politics is often shaped by shifting allegiances. In a move with far-reaching implications, Delta State Senator Ned Nwoko has defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The announcement was made in his hometown, Udumuje, in Anyocha North local government area, where he expressed his support for President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Who is surprised? I do hear you surprised. Did you see this coming?
Well, let me first of all say that I'm not surprised.
Okay.
And let me also say that the APC has succeeded in getting a very big fish in Delta State. You see, if you follow the trademark of Nwoko since 1999, I have never met him before, but I think he's one of the most remarkable lawmakers in Nigeria. He started politics in 1999 and has been consistent. You see, he's a lawyer, one of the most successful lawyers in Africa. It's not just about his person, but his acumen. When he talks, his knowledge. This is a lawyer that the Paris reform that we are talking about was the one that was able to discover the discrepancies. He took the federal government to court and was able to ensure that federal government paid back to local governments no fewer than $20 billion. He was the first Nigerian, the first African to visit Antarctica, one of the coldest parts of the world. And he was able to mount the Nigerian flag, Nigeria becoming the 13th country which flag was mounted in Antarctica. And from there he launched the anti-malaria campaign. He's involved in the funding of malaria vaccine that many African universities are involved in as we speak today. So when you look at the track record of this particular lawmaker, in fact, it's one of the strongest, when you're talking about brain heads, people with knowledge, people with global reputation, I think, Nwoko, is just one of those few. If I'm to give an award, I will give an award to Rinda Pale. I'm telling you, since 1999. So for PDP to lose this very important individual, it's not just about electoral politics, but about the quality of leadership. I think it's not a good thing for the PDP. But I'm not surprised in the sense that Delta State revolves around few individuals. And when you see that those individuals are certain things, those who are close to them are shifting alliances, then you can predict that perhaps the tap root of politics in Delta State might end up in the hand of APC. Look at Ibori, for instance. Ibori is one of the most outstanding, most influential political figures, if not the most important figure in Delta since 1999. He is the one that it takes who becomes the governor of Delta State. His daughter left PDP for APC. Now, I think in Delta, majority of the senators are now in APC, having defected. And most of these people are close, to Ibori. Ogboru, who had, the party DPP, his allies are also moving to APC. And there are rumors, very strong rumors, but, strong speculations that even the governor himself, is considering moving to
I won't be surprised.
So I think the APC it appears to have a very, a group that has very good in tactics and strategy to lobby the most important individuals, politicians in very strategic areas. That if they are able to have Edo State, as the Supreme Court goes to give judgment, then they are going to have, and they are going to have, they are having data, already having a strong hold in data, making a caution. Then look at Rivers, it's neither here nor there. So I think it will make 2027 easier.
Okay.
And I can say that PDP is losing grounds. Its strength is diminishing. And what has happened in Delta State with the loss of Nwoko to APC is another blow to the PDP.
As well, some say this looks like a chess game and that Ned Nwoko must have moved to the APC. So the idea of having Anyocha State would come to reality?
That is the real thing.
So will become the first governor?
Yes, for him to become the first governor. In fact, from the info, well, from what I know, he has been having a running battle with the governor. Okay. And the last meeting he had in PDP was in September. And since then, he has not, gone for any PDP function because he has a plan. Politicians are always having plans, okay? In fact, from all the indication and from everything that we've been, from the news that I've gathered, there was a meeting he had in Dokwa. And in that meeting, he accused the governor of stalling a power plant, or pipe power plant. Where he comes from, Ndokwa, because he is the one for the senatorial zone. That is but Ndokwa, they have one of the largest gas reserves. But that Okwai power plant was supposed to have kick-started. But he was saying something about the governor not, allowing it to come to fruition. But the governor has denied that. The governor denied. He said even Ned did not even, talk to him about it. You understand? That, okay, this is what we need to do for that power plant to kickstart. Now, if you now look at, don't forget that even the former governor is also from his senatorial zone. The former governor is from Ika. And the former governor is also accusing Ned of his travels with EFCC.
Yes, I remember that story.
So he's having problems in the PDP because of his ambition of trying to push for their Anyocha Anoma state. You understand? And we know that if he decides, because I heard that he has not picked up his card as a card-carrying member of APC, but he has discussed with Godswill Akpabio that he wants to defect. So, and don't forget, recently, I think Ibori's daughter actually moved to APC.
Yes, to the APC.
But do you know that there are some other people who are already in APC that have been working hard and doing so many things? The former deputy Senate president of the Senate, Omar is there. Peter,
and now that he has also moved, all the three senators representing Delta State are practically now in the APC.
So if Peter Nwabushi that left PDP way back and went to APC, has been the one funding the party with his small money. And now Ned wants to now come and become
four powerful persons.
He has a lot
to contend with.
I know that Adeoye has given us his own credentials. We know about all those credentials. But when it comes to politics, politics is local. And he will be able to fight all these people. The PDP, he has a problem with the governor because the governor is still angry that he went to his community to go and lie against him. He has a problem with even the former governor, Ifeanyi Okowa. In the APC, he will be facing other people who have been there building the party. So he has to find a way of, if he's going to go to the APC finally, because I know he will, if he goes to the APC finally, it is the APC national that will need to pacify those who are already in the party now to allow him to come and be able to bring his ideas. We are not saying APC is open to everybody that wants to come. After all, Ibori also went there. And don't forget...
But if ambitions clash, to what extent does this pacification work?
Ibori himself is in the PDP. He's a power broker too. But I can tell you that he has two legs. One leg here and one leg. Because if the daughter is here and he's here, he will definitely be listening to what the daughter is feeding him and also listening to what his own party is saying. So...
the daughter wouldn't have moved without
his consent and giving permission.
Yes.
So Ned has to, find a way. I wish him well as he sojourns to APC, but I can tell you for free, Delta is a strong PDP state, just like my state, Akwa Ibom. Anybody that is moving to APC, you know, will tell you that, okay, we've heard. At least I know I've covered the election in myself since 2011. And I know that anytime PDP is involved, on that ballot, if PDP is in that ballot, forget it. It's always very difficult for you to win.
Would you be surprised if you hear that the governor moves
forget
to
it. The governor has said, he has not said he wants to move or not.
Okay.
The governor respects Mr. President.
Okay.
I want to use that word, respects Mr. President. Just like every other governor who is in the opposition.
You can't trust politicians.
No, wait now, let me tell you. They respect Mr. President. In fact, I can tell you for free, they would even campaign for Mr. President when it comes to 2027.
But they will stay in the PDP.
Till today, even this Delta governor said, if you like me, then you like the president. He has said it openly. I have seen the video.
Okay.
That if I succeed, the president will succeed. So you have to, as you are praying for me, pray for the president. So he respects the president. But for him to maybe jump ship, that is the politician's decision.
Okay.
But I can tell you for free, Delta State is PDP, and South is very difficult for it to switch. The only South State that switch is always Edo State. That will switch like this and switch like
Delta.
this. You understand? So
Okay. Ade, let me come to you. What does this mean for the state chapter of the PDP?
Well, in the first place, there is no body that is permanently attached to any political party. You know, at the time in the Southwest, it was Alliance for Democracy. It was APC. But later, you know, things started to shift. Even Ekiti State, no one ever imagined that PDP would even win election in Ekiti State. So I think it's a question of interest. It's a question of interest. The people of Niger Delta and the political actors, if you are a very good politician and you know what the people want, you engage them. There's nothing special about PDP or APC. It's just a name. It's interest. What benefits the people? So if you have somebody like the president who understands what the people really want and is able to engage them and meet their aspirations, to address their fears, I can tell you that any state can shift to any political party. So I believe the Niger Delta, like I said, PDP is very strong. It has been strong since 1999.
Since 1999.
For the simple reason that the first 8 years.
It doesn't fall if Governor Oborowori defects.
Yeah. For the simple fact that
it will be see, if it defects and then the APC brings a stronger candidate that appeals to the people, okay, and that candidate is from the zone that is supposed to, you know, continue, maybe his own zone, it might, the governor will lose the election. He will lose the election, you know, because the way that the dynamics, the politics in the South is usually like that. If they don't like your face, you maybe pick a wrong candidate or something, or you pick a wrong zone. They will look at all those things. They look at so many factors, but the PDP is very strong in the South.
I think what made PDP to be
very strong
is the first 8 years of Obasanjo.
Okay.
Then after that, somebody from South, President Goodluck Jonathan, who is their son, was also in power for 6 years. So, but that does not mean that dynamics cannot change.
Okay.
It's already changing in Rivers, it's changing in Delta, it has changed in Edo State.
Evaluating what is happening with the PDP at the national level now, what exactly do you think is wrong?
For me, I think that increasingly people are losing hope in the ability of PDP to re-energize itself. Okay. And when a politician knows that this party cannot meet my aspiration, cannot meet my ambition, you know, then I think you see a lot of people leaving that party to look for another platform that they can use, you know, to. Unfortunately, the PDP leadership is not strong enough to be able to deal with local and national issues. And I think we may see a situation where, unless there's a third force, that you know, PDP may continue to lose, you know, its very important members and become more weakened, even as 2027.
I mean, it was very surprising for many to see this guy Showme now speaking with, like minds in court in other parties, trying to look for an alternative party to wrestle power with the APC.
Yeah.
As a court, talking about PDP at the national level, again, what exactly is wrong? What do you think is wrong?
So many interests, so many interests. If PDP, it will be difficult for PDP to, fizzle out completely, but they will lose grounds. Because if you look at it, just like you said, Showumi was in the PDP. Now he's already thinking of moving to another party.
Or create his own party.
Or create his own party. So it starts like that. But once there's a crack, the lizard will find a way inside. So that crack is what PDP has refused to amend. And it's just so many people having their own interests. And none of them want to bring down their interests onto the table for them to say, okay, fine.
Let's compromise.
Let's not be too ambitious, or let's not be ambitious. We know we all have, ambition, okay? But let's drop it and then come together. They have refused to do that. That is the major problem. As long and as far as everybody continues with this ego, they will continue to have that problem. Important people will continue to move away from the party and find refuge in other political parties. Labour Party is having that problem. Now that the Supreme Court has said is Aburi, I can bet you that people will begin to find refuge in Labour Party if they don't want to go to APC. So the PDP will be the one at the losing end because they have refused to do the right thing, and which is to bring their people together for them to sit on the round table and leave their interests. Yes, we know that politics is an interest-driven game, but the thing is, they need to first sit down, say, okay, fine, let's not think about anything. Let's just see how we can harmonize. Let's see how we can come together and be united. But if they don't do that, they'll continue to have that problem. From the top, I know how many reconciliation committees that they have set up, and none of them have been able to come up with a concrete reconciliation of all these problems. So something has to give.
Okay.
That thing that has to give is for all of them to look at the interest of the party. If they don't look at the interest of the party, then I don't see PDP giving APC a run for its money in 2027 and even in the next 8 years. So they need to first sit down and begin to look at themselves and see how they can. Big party. There was a time they were prouding that they want to rule for 60 years. They didn't even rule up to half of the 60 years.
I think quickly, what must give? Soko talked about PDP regaining its pride. What must give?
Well, if we are to pick the best three, the best, most outstanding figures in PDP, let's first of all pick the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo.
Okay.
Then you now talk about Atiku. Then you talk about President Goodluck Jonathan. And then you talk about people like Wike. You cannot say 100% today that former President Olusegun Obasanjo is in the PDP. He actually tore his membership card at the time. President Goodluck Jonathan was almost made to run
for APC.
On the platform of APC. And even in 2027, some people are saying that, APC wants to go.
Exactly. Bring him.
Former Vice President Atiku, he was in APC, then later he jumped back to PDP. And even now, having contested for several times, is almost worn out. So who are those national figures that, even like that we are talking about? Take Wike, take Ibori, take Goodluck Jonathan, the another, here.
Ade, kindly hold on. Yeah. We must take some live feed from Katsina State. It's the launch of local government campaign by Governor Umaru Diko Randa. Journalist Hangout continues on our other platforms and on YouTube. Ade, please go ahead.
Okay. So, as it is, when you are looking at the funding members of PDP, the Capones, they are no longer in that party. So unless there is an effective, efficient national leadership, you may not be able to deal with local politics effectively. And even at the local level, the most important figure, the crisis, which has lingered for several years, And there is no indication that the party has the ability to be able to resolve its internal contradictions, which I think will give the APC an opportunity to feast, in the carcass of, to feast on the carcass of PDP.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on quickly to another.